David Davis.
Hi.
David and I work on a physical program for golfers, and today we are going to talk about what you should do to warm up before you play. So, David, as you know, golfers are terrible at warming up. So, if we can develop a 5-minute routine that's going to help them, I think that would be fantastic.
I think I have some ideas for that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions about how you should warm up, and one of the biggest misconceptions that we have out there is static stretching, which has been shown to be not effective and actually can cause injury in most cases, especially for people who aren't used to doing it. So I have a few exercises that we can do that can warm up the body, get you started to perform your best, even if you don't have time to hit the range.
Sounds good.
So let's go into it then.
All right.
All right. So the first one we're going to do is called the standing cats and dogs, but I'm going to use a golf club for support. So how we're going to do this is that we're going to take the club, put it on the ground, get about arm's length away from it, and you're going to bend from the femur here and then come down like so.
And does that mean the hips?
The
hips,
rest of us? Yes, the pelvic.
Yep.
The pelvic joint here where the pelvis meets the leg bone. Then we're just going to come down like this. So we can call that the hip for the rest of the day, okay? And then you're just going to stretch the back out, and you're going to arch the back up, and then you're going to curl under. So you're going to take that pelvis, you're going to roll it back, and then curl it under.
Oh, that feels okay.
Yeah, especially if you've been sitting in the car for a while, you know, it's really going to stretch things out. But this is also a dynamic stretch, so we're not holding it, we're just moving the body around. Remember to breathe. A lot of times when your body is stiff, you tend to hold your breath, and you want to really breathe through these exercises. So do this about 10 times, up and down. And if you're inflexible like me, you're going to feel this in your hamstrings.
Yeah, I can feel it there. Yeah.
That's good. All right, so the next one, this one's going to activate everything. So we're going to hold the club up overhead as high as you can, really get it back, and we're going to go into a squat. This is called a prisoner squat with a golf club. So you're going to go as deep as you can, try to keep the heels on the ground. And you're going to notice this is working the upper body as well as the legs and the hips.
So should I feel I'm keeping the club pulled back as I'm doing this?
Yes. Lack of strength and flexibility in the shoulder girdle, which is these muscles here, will actually cause you to fall forward. And we want to try and keep it back behind our head as much as we can. So again, 10 repetitions is really all you need. The next one, we're going to do what I call the golfer stretch. Take a nice wide stance, wider than you normally would in your golf position. And you're going to pull the club back behind you, really opening up the pelvis and the hips, and then swing through. So the first time through, we're going to do dynamic movement. Just hold for a breath, and then come back. And then after about 10 of these, you're just going to hold it for a 20 count. And then back through, hold it, and then hold it. Okay, how's that feel?
Good.
Feels good?
I'm getting ready to play.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little sweat going, yeah. So that means that we're doing it right. So, next one we're going to do the lunge in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do it this way, left leg first. Get as deep as you can, use the club for support. And I'm going to make it harder, and I'm going to turn across and hold it. You're going to feel this in your quads. You're going to feel this in your lower leg. You can use the club for support. And then you just switch legs.
Okay.
If you really want to work yourself, put your hand on the outside of your knee and get an extra little twist in there. And slowly come out of that.
Now, obviously, if people have knee injuries or any kind of injuries that this is going to aggravate, then not a good idea.
Yes, you know, it's always important to know your body and modify as necessary. So you don't have to go as deep as Sue did. You can also go a little bit more shallow if you can.
Okay.
Or a smaller step, not as wide. So, and work into it as you
Okay.
get more comfortable with these exercises.
Okay.
Okay. Next one, and this will be the last one that we'll do, and that's enough, I think. We're going to use the club for support,
Okay.
but I'm going to swing my leg up and over the bag.
That's very brave, David.
Yep. Again, using the club for support is important, but again, you're going to notice you're going to be working through the hip, your hip flexors, your lower body is really activated.
I'm glad I don't have a bag to try and swing
And
my
then-
leg up
and
and
then
over
swing it
there.
up and
Woo,
over.
that would have knocked it over.
Yep. And again, 10 repetitions for each leg is all you really need.
That's a very difficult one for me. Tight
Yeah.
hamstrings.
Tight hamstrings,
Yep.
tight hip flexors.
Yep. Yep. That's bad. I'm glad I don't have a golf bag
Yeah.
there to knock over.
Yeah, again, you don't have to use a golf bag. You can also use a range bucket.
Uh-huh.
Just get it up as high as you can. Again, really, the idea is to activate the hips because we need those in the golf swing,
Okay.
at least once or twice.
Anything with our hands and arms? Are they?
So yeah, well, without using a lot of different equipment, you could roll up a towel, wring it out.
Oh, I like that.
So wringing out
That's
a towel
good,
is
yeah.
really good for the hand
Yeah.
dexterity.
Yeah.
And my towel's always really wet when I start playing, and I try to squeeze all the water out of it and try to use your hands and go back and forth, and you can see how I'm really working it, and that's a really good warm up through the wrists and
Yeah.
fingers.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
simple things that you can do. You don't need extra equipment other than yourself and your bag.
Okay. But we get a lot of requests for videos about warming up, so I hope this has helped. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we update it weekly with tips. So thank you very much.
Thank
David,
you.
thank you
Yeah,
very much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
appreciate it.
Right.